Hello everyone, welcome back to Statistics.Education. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Today, we are diving into data and its types. Now let's take a look at the topics covered in this video. First, we will explore what is data. Then we will talk about why we collect data. After that, we will discuss population and sample, followed by finite and infinite population. And finally, we'll wrap up with a brief introduction of types of data. So let's start the video with what is data. Data is a set of values or information which is used for analysis and interpretation. Data includes personal information, images, videos, audio, files and documents, likes and dislikes, opinions, and many more items. For example, your mobile number, your address, and also your social media accounts. So let's understand why we collect data. Data is collected for various purposes. Here are some few key points explaining why it is necessary to collect the data. The first point is to analyze. A doctor takes information from the patients, then he checks the past record and analyzes the information to find out the disease patient is suffering from and what is the best treatment to diagnose it. The next point is to evaluate. So if you are familiar with sports, you will know a sports committee is there who selects the player. The selection committee gathers the data regarding all the candidates and review each player's performance to create a national sports team. The next point is to improvise. The feedback of customers regarding products can be useful to modify the product. For example, Maggi. It was getting feedback that it is having harmful content. So Maggi took that feedback and made necessary changes in its product. The next point is to make decisions. The company can make decisions by comparing planned data with actual results. For example, if they plan to make 100 units in 10 days, but they could only produce 60 units due to an old machinery, they may decide to purchase a new machinery. The next point is to solve problems. In military operations, it's crucial to constantly share the information. Soldiers use walkie-talkies and radio signals to communicate, ensuring they can quickly get support and successfully complete the missions while keeping everyone safe. The next point is to efficiently use and allocate resources. A sandwich maker tracks his daily sales to understand how many sandwiches are sold each day. This helps him to buy just enough ingredients to meet the customer's daily need and reducing wastage. Now let's understand the need of data collection with the help of this example. So have you ever filled a school admission form? If you are studying in a school or college, then you must have filled it. So what do they ask in the form? Well, they ask your name, surname, gender, age, date of birth, father's name, mother's name, Aadhaar card number, and many more details, right? But why does the school need all this information? It's because the school wants to accurately identify the students and prevent confusions. For example, if two students have the same name, then having photos, date of birth, and Aadhaar card numbers can help the school to identify each student uniquely. Similarly, each detail serves a different purpose. For example, contact details. So in case of emergency, the school can contact your parents. This example shows why collecting data is very important. Now let's learn about population and sample. Population. All the units which are under study is known as population. The total units in a population is known as the size of population. The size of population is denoted by capital N. Suppose we are doing a study on these 12 apples. Here, 12 apples are under study, so the size of population is 12, and we can say that capital N is equals to 12. Sample. A set of units selected from the population based on certain criteria is known as sample. The total units in a sample is known as size of sample. The size of sample is denoted by small n. So, from 12 apples, 5 apples selected based on certain criteria. So here, the size of sample is 5, so we can say that small n is equals to 5. Now let's understand the population and sample concept with the help of couple of examples. In 2020, coronavirus spread across the globe. The doctors started to find a treatment and they managed to create a vaccine for the virus. There are 7 billion people across the globe. If doctor give this vaccine to all 7 billion people without testing, it may expose every single individual to the side effects of the vaccine. Thus, first it must be tested on a few people to test what are the side effects of the vaccine so that it can be used to improvise the vaccine. Let's see one more example. A potato chips making company manufactures 1 lakh plus units every month. These packets are packed into boxes and then shifted to a warehouse for the quality check. Now for the quality check, the company cannot open all the packets, thus a few packets are opened randomly to test the quality. These examples practically demonstrate the use of population and sample. Now the process of selecting samples is known as sampling, which we will learn later on. Now let's learn about the types of population. Population can be of two types. One is finite and the other one is infinite. Let's start with finite population. When the total number of units of a population is finite, that is, it can be measurable in numbers, then such population is known as finite population. For example, number of students, number of cars. So here, you can count the number of students, right? Thus, it is known as finite. Moving on to infinite population. When the total number of units of a population is infinite, that is, it cannot be measurable in numbers, then such population is known as infinite population. For example, number of stars in a galaxy, number of dust particles on Earth. So here, you cannot actually count the dust particles on Earth. Thus, it is known as infinite. Now moving towards the last topic of the video, the types of data. Data can be classified based on its nature and based on the collection method. Types of data based on nature can be classified into two categories. One is qualitative data and the other one is quantitative data. Qualitative data can further classified into two categories. One is nominal data and the other one is ordinal data. The quantitative data can also be further classified into two categories. One is interval data and the other one is ratio data. The data types based on collection method are mainly of two types. One is primary data and the other one is secondary data. This is just an introduction. The types of data will be explained in detail in the next video. The link of that video is provided in the description down below. Now let's go to this video's quiz. All the units which are under study is known as A. Sample, B. Population, C. A and B both, D. None of the above. Pause the video to think about your answer. Okay, the correct answer is population. Now let's check the other options one by one. A. Sample. The sample is the unit selected from the population based on certain criteria. Thus, sample is not the right answer. A and B both. Population and sample are different from each other. Thus, both are not the right answer. None of the above is not the right answer, as the population answer is given in the options. Thus, none of the above is not the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is an example of infinite population? A. Number of planets. B. Number of countries. C. Number of players in a football team. D. Number of sand particles on a seashore. Pause the video to think about your answer. Okay, let's eliminate the wrong answers one by one. Number of planets is a finite population, thus it is not the right answer. The number of countries is also finite population, thus it is not the right answer. The number of players in a football team is also finite population, thus it is not the right answer. So the right answer is number of sand particles on a seashore. Now let's move on to the next question. You are selected in school cricket team, then you are part of which of the following option? A. Sample. B. Data. C. Population. D. Infinite population. Pause the video to think about your answer. Okay, let's eliminate the wrong answers one by one. Data. Data is a set of values or information which is used for analysis and interpretation. Thus, data is not the right answer. Population. Population is all the students who took part in the selection process. Thus, population is not the right answer. Infinite population. It is the population which is not measurable in numeric form. Thus, infinite population is not the right answer. So the right answer is sample, as you got selected based on certain criteria from the population of participants. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more educational content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Click here to check out our other videos on statistics. See you in the next video.